I love those big old dinner bells that you used to see out in the country. They have a big heavy rope on them, and when you pulled it, it let off this really big ring that no matter where you were, it got your attention. You could hear it, and you knew that it was time to come home. Hi, and welcome to Take 5. My name is Lanita Seay, and today's devotional topic is called It's Time to Come Home. If you will, go with me to Luke 15, starting at verses 11 and going through 31. I'm going to paraphrase today for sake of time, but Jesus is telling us a parable called the parable of the lost son. He tells us that there was a father who had two sons, and the younger one asked him if he could have his share of his inheritance. His father agreed and split the property in two and gave it to both of his sons. Soon after that, the younger son packed up everything he had and left home on his own. It didn't take him very long to squander everything that his father had given to him on worldly desires. At that same time, a severe famine had hit the land, and he got really hungry. He found a job feeding pigs on a farm, and he would have eaten the pigs' food if someone had offered it to him, but no one did. He woke up one day and thought, even the hired men that are back at my father's house have got food to spare, and here I sit starving, literally. I will go back to my father and tell him, I have sinned against heaven and I've sinned against you. I am unworthy to be called your son. Please make me one of your hired men. The parable tells us that while the son was still a good ways off, that the father saw him and had compassion. That's Jesus. He sees us and he has compassion on our circumstances. His forgiveness, his love, and his grace are waiting with open arms for us. His love for us is so great that he never stops waiting and watching for us to return home. You know, at the end of the parable, the older son got mad when the younger son came back home. Don't let anyone stop you from getting things right with Jesus. Others may turn their backs on your repentant heart, but Jesus never will. Jesus is ringing the bell. Can you hear it? It's time to come home. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've heard this message today and you've heard the bell ringing, Jesus is calling us home. Today is the day to make things right with him. Please feel free to email me at take5tuesday@gmail.com with any of your prayer requests or praise reports. I would love to hear from you. Until next week, God bless you. And don't forget, take 5.